Our Take 52 challengers, it's Ingrid Owens here from Beginners Photography blog and obviously the Take 52 challenge. And welcome to week 4 critique. And our photograph this week, our theme this week was glass. And our photograph has been submitted by Holly, I believe it's Feerar or Feerar. I'm sorry, I don't want to mess up your last name. Holly, I'll call you Holly. I really wanted to talk about this photograph because I think Holly has done a really, really lovely job here of doing something creative with the theme. Now, this week we saw a lot of photos of glass, of glasses, of a lot of wine glasses. I'll blame that on all the snow and the bad weather. A lot of pictures through glass and of pretty glass and bottles and stuff like that. We didn't have a lot of mirrors, and I thought that this one, not only was it technically very well executed, it was a little bit different to everything else. Of course, glass is, or mirrors are made of glass, and we called them the looking glass. And here our subject in our image is taking a little read on, I think she said it was Alice through the looking glass. So very nice composition and a really nice thought process behind this image, Holly. So let's take a look at it. She has taken obviously a photograph of I think it's a model. I don't know if it's you. If it is you, it's even, you get bonus points. But you can see her model and the model's reflection in the glass, and the model's reading a book, and we can see the model again back here, another reflection, a reflection of the reflection. Holly has chosen to edit her image in black and white tone. It's not quite black and white, it's more like of a sepia color, which I think is really nice. It adds to the mystical element of the image. If it was pure black and white, it might be a little bit too stark. Holly has chosen to shoot this with an aperture of f2.8. She hasn't said what her shutter speed is, and your ISO is at 800, which is pretty high. We're getting a bit of grain here, which isn't a big deal because you have it in that black and white tone, but I think, you know, if your shutter speed would allow it, shooting at f8, or sorry, f2.8, and 800, and this kind of natural light, when there does seem to be light coming in here from a window on the right hand side of the image here, you probably would have room to drop that ISO down to maybe 400 and have a little less grain. It could just be what Facebook has done to the photograph. Sometimes this happens too. But not, I'm just being nitpicky as I do. Composition wise, it's beautifully put together. I love that you're using everything, that your subject is over here in this third of the frame. A lot of times you'll see and hear talk about the rule of thirds in photography, and Holly has used that to great effect here, where our main point of focus is bang right here in the this kind of third. Like the rule of thirds is something we might talk about in a webinar upcoming, but it's like as if you have your frame divided into like a tic-tac-toe like grid, and so the main point wants to be over one of those points where those lines intersect, which we have right here. Which is nice because some people might have, I mean, there's several things that she could have done here. She could have focused on the reflection. She could have focused on this bit of the book, but you know, the choice of focusing on the writing in the book just brings another element here, and that's, you'll see where your eyes go directly to that because it's the sharpest point of the image, because of where it's placed in the image as well. And then our eyes have time to move around. And what I found interesting was, you know, I looked at the book and I saw the image and I thought, oh, that's nice. And I seen the glass and I think that's nice. And then I noticed our girl is wearing this cute little headband, and then she's wearing like this little dress with a puffy sleeve. So it's not just like a girl with a shirt on, like looking in the looking glass, right? There's been thought that has gone into this, putting together this image, and I appreciate that. She also left a little bit here of the model on the side, whether intentionally or not. It's nice that it doesn't just cut her off at the neck, so we still get that little kind of femininity to the image. We get that neckline that looks really cute and nice. If I was going to critique and say anything negative, I think being nitpicky. Our line here is a little crooked. We could have maybe straightened that up a little tad. And I do think that the focus is back here on this part of the book. And I think I would prefer to see it up here on the writing. You can see that the plane of focus is running from this back part of the book, and that's in focus. And over here, this part of the writing is also in focus. When you're shooting at f2.8, there's very little room for maneuver in terms of like what's going to be in focus and what's going to be out. Like if you had pulled that back a little bit, maybe opened or stopped down your aperture, you would have got more of the book in focus, but then you would have lost some of that nice depth of field. So maybe it's just a matter of the fact that the point of focus is right here, and it might have been better to have it right here. I just, been nitpicky. But I think it's really, really beautiful, and it's a lovely image. And in fact, the more I look at it, Holly, the more I like it. And I think you've done a really good job on this image. And it is something, I think some of the commenters said that it's something you could easily see in a magazine. And I agree. So well done, and thank you very much for contributing your image. And if you would like to take part in our Take52 challenge, we would absolutely love to have you. We are a very friendly bunch on Facebook, and we have a weekly theme every week, funnily enough, and you can contribute when you want to, and just have a look and get inspiration if you don't. So I'll put all the links below this video, and we will see you online soon.